Alrighty, we'll get started now, I guess. I didn't realize it's been like 5 minutes since I've just been like tinkering around. Uh-oh, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. There we go. So many things going on at once. There we go. See if we can see if we're gonna do a voice chat today. Do something different. Never tried that before. No, when I was rendering the videos last night, and I only was able to render a couple of them. And for whatever reason, it feels like every other one would actually render out, and then some wouldn't. And it was honestly, it was driving me nuts. It literally was driving me nuts. I'm like, I have all the cinematics done that I want to have done, but then certain ones that I want to have in there for showcasing, like the plants and whatnot, won't work. Just would not work. It would just do a different camera altogether. So what I'm thinking, see, it might work, it might not work. I hope it works because it really pissed me off. And but I think it's something to do with the persistent level. I think it is, but I thought some of them were not in the persistent level, but just in like an actual level, but they rendered out. So I don't know. He can't hear me. It's gonna echo. I can hear me. So how am I gonna do the how am I gonna set this up today? Is there a way that I can program different layout? I can't do different layouts, just one layout. So I was gonna put this over here and then have all the that stuff on the other side. I suppose I can switch it over for a day, just so that I can see chat. Okay, give me a second here. Let me switch this all over. Move this over here. This is like the old layout that I used to do. Maybe it would be better so that if I don't want to, so if I want to show one screen, then I only have to show one screen. Because usually everything is on the one that you can't see. This one's got way more room, it seems like. Okay, we're almost there. And now I gotta snipe the window behind it. There we go. Now I can show you this, and I can look at chat. Later, either I'm going to do it on here or I'm going to do it by myself. Is when I transfer settings, like the way that I did the world, I changed it in here. So this is like my cinematic game build or build, so that I don't mess up anything else in the game build. Even though there's not much in it for code, I still want to keep them separate, so there's no confusion. And so I changed a bunch of settings for the world and how it kind of looks. So I have to do that to the actual game build. So maybe I'll do that today, or like, I mean, on stream, or I'll do it afterwards. I have no idea. Hot. Okay, now it's actually honestly weird to have the window over here now. This window. I'm so used to having it over here and navigating. Now it feels odd. Now, so let's see where these cameras are. The ones that rendered out was this one here. This one rendered out, I believe. Game trailers. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, so this one rendered out. Where's the camera in this? Is it on the persistent level? Wow, that does not help at all. Which one's 2-0? 2-1. Oh, that's down here. Oh my god. The you can't see it, but every time I'm selecting like a certain like sheet, it's supposed to select a small square, but it's not. So this one is supposed to be, this one says it's, oh, that's maybe just the last one I clicked. So this one render, but I can't tell if it's on the persistent level or where the hell it is. Scene 1. Oh, that's good today. That tea is actually really good. So this one rendered. So I'm gonna take, where's this guy here? Claw showcase, pilot cinematic. We don't need the cameras. Don't need this one anymore. Claw showcase 1. So I'm gonna actually cut this and go to the persistent level and then paste it back in. And we'll see if that works. Because every time I would render it, it would go to another camera that's not the camera. So let's see. The moment of truth. Let's see if it actually works. So render sequence. That's the folder. Have it warm up. If it doesn't render, I'm gonna yeah. Fucking hell. Of course. This is the issue I ran into last night, which actually makes 0 sense, because every time that I would do research on why the hell that's happening, it's everyone's just like, make sure you check to have camera cuts. Well, I have a goddamn camera cut is what I got. So I thought that would have fixed it. Putting it on the persistent level so that it would think that, okay, well, there's no other camera for me to go to except for the one that I'm telling it to go to. The one that's in the sequencer. I don't think that's going to do anything. This little setting. No. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. So that didn't work. So 1, 2, 3, 5 didn't work. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 worked, right? 6 worked, 5 didn't. What would be the issue? I don't know. We'll brainstorm. What's this bell do? Do you click the bell? shit, I forgot to start my timer. What time we start at? Like 11 or 10:17? 10:17. There we go. All right. So it's like as soon as you hit record, I hit record. I don't think it really matters which one. Another one that was not working is this one here. This one here wasn't working. Also has a camera cut, as you can see. It's the only thing that's in here. Unless I go to the actual camera. Maybe I'll pilot it. So it's like now I'm actually in the camera instead of like a free roam camera. So I'll render this. Yeah, like what? It goes like under the world. So yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of to do, maybe, is we'll create another sequence. Let's create another sequence. We'll just call it, we'll call it a master sequence or something. Master scenes. Alright, so I'll bring it over here so I can show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in the actual shots. Add a shot. So I'll bring in the ones that's not working. So let's bring in this one here. How long is this one here going for? What is this? 480. And then where's that button? There it is. So 480. Just let me save. Maybe. So if we do this, does it also have to have a camera cut? Let me just try rendering it out just to see what happens. It might give me the thing that I'm expecting it to do. Yeah. Okay, so that is fine. Master scenes. What the hell is this? All this garbage. Wait, what? Did I just delete? Here we go. Delete this one. Okay, so then maybe it does need to have a camera cut, which wouldn't make sense. You'd think that it would just do the shots. This is a shot here, and then it would cut to another shot. This is the render settings here. There's nothing I can say like to lock to a camera. I checked all that last night. Whoops. A lot of movement. See, I don't need any of that. Nothing there. There's no game mode, but should there be? Like there shouldn't be, right? It's like I can't select the scene. Shouldn't need a game mode, because I've rendered ones without the game mode already. burn-in options. That's just compression. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to do. And animation is that stuff. Well, I could say we could do like another cinematic, but then because it's like an iffy thing where I don't know if it's gonna freaking render. I'm lucky that the one that I did yesterday actually rendered out. I'd be even more livid if the one I did yesterday did not even work. It's like going to World Center. Going to World Center. It's like I need to figure it out. I don't want to do another cinematic until we figure this out. So the master sequence garbage because that didn't work at all. Unless, well, no, I clicked the render settings there. New camera. New camera's not gonna do anything because it's not even animating. So delete that. Try game mode. I'm gonna try game mode. Like, what's it gonna do? Yeah, nothing. Yeah. There's not like really a game mode in here that I don't know what override existing. What's it overriding? Well, you know what this means. I'm gonna do some research. So let's see. I did this yesterday, so not rendering, not recording camera. Does not work. It's gonna give me the hopefully they don't give me the all you need to have is a camera track in there. Oh, this is the bounding to the track issue. It's not the issue that I'm having. Cinematic recording wrong camera. I'm trying to record video, however, I have a camera in place and it moves through at the level where I want it. But when I go to export the movie, it is recording my third-person character viewport and not the camera actor in the sequencer. How do I change this? Have you selected the camera in the master sequence? Also, there's a little icon under that. Click that and lock the viewports to that camera. See, I tried the lock and it didn't do the lock. I've tried the sequencer and it's not working. I am now trying under matinee. It's doing the same thing. Any ideas? Hasn't responded since then. Well, I can double check. So I'm gonna go into. It doesn't really matter which one. This one here, camera track. So it's got the camera. This one here is showcasing it. Maybe what I'll do. Maybe let's just reset it. I haven't tried that. That's one thing I haven't tried. Let's do camera cut. We'll add the camera. Boom. There. Save. Got a brand new camera track. And render. Capture movie. Under the scene. Again. There's no other camera. New binding. I don't want to do a new binding. Lock. Try that again. Save. No. Okay. So those two didn't work. See if polycount helps. I've got a scene set up in UE4 ready to render it out as a series of images so that I can edit in Adobe Premiere. For some reason, the sequencer won't render it from the 4 cameras that I set up. It seems to only render the default player start location. That's the issue that I'm having. But I can see his issue already. His camera cut. He doesn't have his camera cuts in there. So if we continue reading, these are the locations that my 4 cameras are supposed to be recording from. I set up the animations with the correct keyframes and everything. When I pilot and hit play, they work just like I want them to, and the correct location with the correct timing, but the sequencer ignores when I start recording. So when I click here and here, so he clicks the record button, which I did, capture movie. When that's done, it starts recording my images, but from this spot, which is, that looks like that would be his world center, ignores cameras. That's his folder. So I'm really freaking out. The video tutorial I followed doesn't mention this problem. Watch. Okay, it's muted. See? So there's the camera cuts. He added in the camera cuts. He didn't add in his camera cut. Anyway. I need to render this to do a presentation on Wednesday. I have a chance to see my teacher again before then, but that would be cutting it way too close for comfort, especially blah. Alright? Jeez, never mind guys, I figured it out. I had to click the little plus next to the camera cuts icon on the left, just above to get in. Yes, see? What happens if it's in the camera cuts though? Have the same issue where have the camera cut set, but it still won't render. Why is that? I know, let's try searching that. I think my sentence is too long. Camera cuts. Not working, maybe? Working with. Let's see what the Unreal documentation says here. I've done all that. Done all that. I can try maybe. I've never done a master sequence before. I don't know what this thing does. Name a sequence. I'll just call it master. Master sequence. Master. Cinematic sequences. Cinematics. Number of shots. Yeah, 5. Scene. No, don't want to duplicate any. Start, end, duration. I'm going to say 8 seconds. Okay, create master sequence. What the hell did I just... Is this the master sequence? Was it because I was selecting this that it did that? Alright. Master sequence. Master sequence master. What does that mean? Same thing. Shots. Shot out. Oh my god, what is this thing creating? Alright, well, view sequence supposed to be 60. It's got the game mode in there. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say yes. Okay. Is it actually, wait, where did the render go? It's not animating the camera though. Oh my god, it's created a whole bunch of other crap. I don't think it did anything. I think it just rendered a still frame, it looked like, but it like animated or something. That thing animated, but the camera didn't. So somehow clone game mode worked. This worked. It's only a 2-second warm-up and then it should start immediately. So that's not working. It's like almost there. It's like so close. Literally so close. There's nothing in here that's anything different than before. I don't know. I'm completely lost. It's kind of hard to search something too when no one's had the same issue either. This doesn't help. Master sequence is close. Master sequence was actually really damn close. I'm gonna delete all the things that it created because I don't need it. Just give that a minute to do its thing. All right. Any ideas? Do you have any ideas? A mode of ideas. Whoops. Didn't want to go in there. Crap. Well, this honestly sucks. I was hoping that the idea that I had last night when I went to bed, that this was going to work. Thing is, I have no straight cameras either. Usually when it would go to like the very center of the world, it means that something to do with like the persistent level, but where's the camera? I don't know if this thing, if I, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try something here. Oh, wait, what? No, delete it. This will break references. No, shit. This and that. Maybe. Class Showcase Scene 1. Let me make sure that's the right camera here. Just one sec. Class Showcase Cam 1. Showcase Scene 1. Showcase Cam 1. It's gonna break it. It's gonna break the link. Although, like, it didn't take long to set up the camera. It's just Fuck it, you know what? Let's just do it. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna cut it. We'll break the link. I'm on the persistent level right now. Paste it back in. Let's go into here. Come on, refind it. See, this is what it was doing. You can see how that. So we're gonna add in. Where's the camera? Showcase cam 1. Add. So at least what I can do is maybe I can take this, copy, go to the transform in this one, paste it. Damn it. Paste. Oh my god. I just muted my phone because that was getting honestly really annoying. So let me go on this camera, make sure that it actually works. Okay, so that worked. So maybe, so let me delete the old camera. So now we gotta select it, right? Gotta select this in here. Get rid of that camera cut. Whoops. Shit. Add camera cut. Make sure we're starting at beginning. Saving a whole level. Holy shit, man. We actually got it to work. So that was it. So it's the camera has to be in the persistent level. The camera was not in the persistent level. You're thinking that if I copy paste the sequence in the persistent level that it would drag over the camera, but I guess not. That's what I'm thinking that it is. We did two things. First we did the sequencer into the persistent level, which did nothing, so that probably doesn't matter. It's the camera itself. And even though it breaks the camera, breaks the link, we can still copy over the transform, so I don't lose anything. I don't have to redo anything. This is good. This is really good. Let's see. That's what I like to see. Hell yeah. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's do that to the other ones now. So that one is good. So we're gonna go to the clock 2. Let's see. Showcase cam 2. Showcase cam 2. That one's facing a completely different way. Alright, whatever. So we're gonna cut it. Yes. We're still in the persistent. This is good. Paste it back in. Now let's go into the sequence 2. So we got the broken camera link. I still have it selected. Add to sequencer, cam 2. Copy. Go here. Paste. Transform. Make sure it works. We have to get new. I'm just going to delete the camera tracks. We did that before, so I'm going to keep doing that. Camera track. Add in the new camera. Delete the old. Add in this one. Okay, good. And then that's when I'm just going to the frame range there. So render. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna save. So we did some changing levels and stuff like that. So make sure that that's all good. Interesting. So you can tell what rank to join in this Discord. Rank programmer, 3D artist. Question mark. Rank 3D artist. That's kind of neat, actually. Dinobot. I have to remember that for my Discord. I joined 3D artist. Hey, look at that. That's cool. Rank set rules. Just be nice, respect people's work, give creative feedback. Straightforward. So we gotta render this one now, right? I got a little bit sidetracked with the Discord there because it had a little blip on it. So let's see if this one here renders out now. We did it. We goddamn did it. And it's 11:11 too. You know what that means? That means we're on the right track in life. When you see 11:11, when you don't specifically look for it, I believe, and you see 11:11 on the time, it means that you're on the right path in life. That's what I got from a video. Nice. That's done. Crystal Showcase. So Crystal Showcase Cam 2. Crystal Showcase Cam 2. Find this one. Cut it. Yes, we want to break it. On the persistent. And paste. Save those levels. And then I'll open it. Do all that jazz. That normal jazz we've been doing. Those are all good. Let's open it up. Add the camera in. Copy. Paste. Transform. Delete the old. Delete the old. Bring in the new. There we are. We will select the camera, make sure it still plays. Great. Save. And then render. Oh man, it's such a great feeling though. When you figure out the actual issue, great feeling. I was getting worried that I'm not going to be able to actually do this. Now, even though this took like literally an hour to figure out, we'll do now we'll be able to get into the good juicy stuff. We'll be able to we'll plan another scene to do. We'll start creating that and then see how I'm feeling as we're doing it. Either we'll finish it today or some other time or something. Maybe what I'll do is, because I stream only here on every Wednesday, if I do a cinematic on here or anything I start on here, I'll finish off next week, kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit, and then I'll continue it next week. So if I do a cinematic here, I won't finish it off elsewhere. Awesome. This is super exciting. So now, Goose Showcase Scene 1. So I can probably figure this out. Goose Showcase Scene 1 cam. Find it. Cut it. Yes. Paste it. Save it. You know what I was watching last night? So I was watching a game stream last night, not a creative stream. I was watching Arc last night. I got a weird craving when I was doing my art, trying to figure out this damn issue that we figured out here on stream, which I'm really happy that we figured it out here together. That's actually quite awesome. So I was watching Arc role playing live stream. Man, being a D&D fan and currently in like an actual D&D campaign. But we're only being able to play like every month or so. It's supposed to be like every month, but because of the summer, everyone's more busy. And we haven't been playing for, God, it feels like a couple months now. We were supposed to play towards the end of this month, and that would have been almost, that would have been a full month time or just like a little bit over. But now we're not going to be able to play till mid, what month are we in? August, till like mid-August, which is absolutely insane. Because we play for about like 4-ish hours. And so watching that live stream last night, I'm like, this is, I want to play. Like, this is what I want to do. So I ended up signing up to that roleplay server. You have to fill out a form. You have to make sure that you do the rules, and then you have to submit your character name, a little bit of a backstory. So I did that a little bit last night. So I'm hoping that I can get in, and then at least every night then I can, and then I'll probably live stream on my own like personal account. And then do that. I really want to roleplay. Watching two guys last night, and it seemed like so much fun. So I think there's only one more to render after this, I believe. Is my volume up? Oh, she's got music going. I don't think he's got anything going on. Right on. That's done. So the last and final one is scene 2. GUI showcase cam 2. That's just nearby over here. Looking at the dead one. So cut it. I won't explain what I'm doing here. I think you pretty much know. Was this already on the persistent level? It didn't ask that it was breaking it. Uh-oh. Okay. Unless maybe it just remembered my response. Alright. It's fine with me. Just kind of threw me off a little bit because it asked before. Whoops. So add in the camera. Deselected. Showcase 2. Copy. Paste. Make sure the camera still works. Always gotta double check. Man, I love that sun. That sun turns out so cool. When you see more of the red, absolutely love it. Alright, render, here we go. There. That's awesome. It's not the, I think on Watch Me Work, I think it clips like the 2 hours or something that you, that you live stream. It's like the first hour is just gonna be like troubleshooting, and then the last, and then the next little bit is gonna be like the rendering, hanging out, and then probably the last little bit will be getting into the actual good stuff. I should remember that it clips it, I think exactly 2 hours. So like just before 2 hours, I should just say to come back next week. Come back next week. This is awesome. I'm so happy now that they all rendered. We got all the videos. We got all of them, all 11. And it's 78 gigs wise. All 11. Alright, so you know what time it is now. Now we can play in a new scene. right? What kind of cinematic can we do? An idea yesterday, someone wanted to have more things going on, to show more. But I don't know if I should do that one on here or not. Right? That's cool. Alright, so for a plan for a scene, what can we do? We gotta brainstorm here. What can we brainstorm? Yeah, I really wish, honestly, I really wish I had the inside of the over here. I wish I had the inside of this, the inside of your house, so I could show that. Could do like flyovers. What do you think about like a flyover? Could do like they don't really have collision, but I don't think that really matters. But I could place like something, a guy on here. Do flyover. What would be another like good kind of story-esque kind of thing? It'd be cool to do like almost like a dogfight kind of thing, but I don't know how hard that would be. I guess it would be you do one guy first, right, in the main path, and then you have the other guy kind of follow, and then I guess you'd kind of go back and then kind of do like swirls and stuff like that. You could have them come in. The only problem with like, it seems like with the sequencer, every time I do a path and I want them to go faster in some areas and slower in some, I can't quite figure out how to do that, if you know, right? So I thought there was a way that I could, unless it's in like in the curve editor that I have to do it, but it's not like the best. I feel like there's something that I'm missing on how to create some really good stuff. Let's see if there's like an advanced tutorial or something. UE4. Advanced sequencer. How-tos, new sequencer. Man, I found a really great tutorial. Well, the start of a really great tutorial sequencer series. And the guy on YouTube didn't even finish it. Sequencer tutorial. There was actually a Unreal one that I was watching the other day. Which one was it? Sequencer. Yeah, this... What was his name? His name was... Does it say? Virtus Learning Hub. Or yeah. Man, his sequencer tutorial series would have been so good. Would have been so good. I want to know what this bell does. What does the bell do? It's Discord. A bell. I know that's a phone call. Is that just for like notifications maybe? If someone joins. So let me see if I can find this. Where's the Unreal one? I think it's this one here. That's a minute. Welcome to Sequencer. Feature highlight. Videos. Exporting, feature highlight. No, I don't need to do exporting. We figured that out. Alright, we'll go to the UE4 YouTube page then. And then just navigate, find the playlist. Getting started. Cinematics with sequencer. Here we go. There's 12 videos in here. What was the one that I watched yesterday? Project setup, I think. Editor intro. Hang on. I'm just thumbing through here. Okay, so I didn't see this one. He's still kind of setting things up. He has a master sequence here. He created a master sequence. Add master sequence. Is that where he's kind of explaining? Yeah, I might actually want to listen to this.
We need to open the sequencer editor to get some more controls in this viewport, such as playback controls, etc. So how do we open a level sequence? There's a couple different ways we can do that. Probably the most common across the top here, I should say, when you're first getting started, this is probably the most common. The cinematics button here at the very top, click this option. It's going to give us a couple options in here that we can choose from. At the very bottom, I'm going to work my way up from the bottom here. There's Add Matinee, which is the legacy way of creating cinematics in Unreal. We have plenty of documentation on Matinee, but since this is a sequencer tutorial series, we're going to stick to sequences. Directly above that, we have Add Master Sequence, which we'll talk a little bit later down the road. But this is pretty useful if you're working on large teams and have created a storyboard and know every shot that you want and every angle and how long they are. A master sequence is pretty cool, and we'll show you how that works a little bit later in this series. Directly above that, we have the Add Level Sequence. So let's go ahead and select this, because this is going to create a new level sequence asset.
Okay, so we don't need that yet. So he's still setting it up. So the one I watched yesterday must have been the third video. Which one's this? This is the third video. So the fourth one, characters and cameras. That's right. Additional characters. Okay, let's go to additional characters here. Cinematics with sequencer and additional characters.
Hey guys, welcome back. Previous video, we created the establishing shot for our cinematic. So to recap really quickly, if I play here the cinematic viewport, we have a camera that kind of pushes in on a character that is animated, stands up and turns around, looks at the camera. So that's where we left off. It's our first shot, but we're going to keep moving on, moving right along here. In this video, what we're going to do is actually cut about here and use a different camera angle. And then we'll add a separate.
It's a pretty big series. Like I'm probably gonna watch the whole thing. There's was there 12 videos in here. This is probably gonna cover everything I need to know, especially in the one guy's videos that would have been really cool to see. He might be able to kind of show this one. Seeing as from Unreal, they're usually really good with their tutorials and kind of explaining it as well. The other guy's seen. What was his name? Virtuous Learning Hub. His cinematic would have been really cool because his was really dramatic. His had a lot of unique animations in it. So I'm hoping, because by looking at it, it looks like he must have either animated within the engine because it was very dynamic, unless it's like it was a full out animation done within a 3D software. I have the thing all blocked out, in the 3D software, and then you just kind of plop that animation in. But hopefully on this guy, because this guy's doing like a fight scene, so hopefully he'll be able to show. Maybe if you can do, I'm hoping that you can edit animations, maybe create layers on the animations, which would be really really cool. So if you could take like an idol and have him kind of look around or something, that would be really cool. There's not much else I can do. Like we can do. I'd like to start some sort of cinematic for us to work on here. But I can't. Thinking of a scene has to be something cool. It has to be something fun, right? What are we gonna showcase? I'm not gonna do any more boring stuff. I do have to do like some in-game capture stuff, but I need to have the capture software that I'm using currently to capture this here. I don't think I can do that in sequencer or not. It'd be much easier to just do like an in-game thing, because I have to do like a bunch of because I edited the world in this, like the atmosphere and the lighting. I edited it all in here, so I have to edit it in the old build. So if I go in the old build, it's gonna be a way different feel. I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like. Yeah, what can we kind of do for an interesting cinematic? Could do like a chase. A chase could be interesting. What do you think of a chase? Is anyone hanging around? A chase scene? I only have the one model, so we could do a chase scene. Someone's chasing the other. Wish I could invite people to our group. That would be cool. So if there was a way that I could, maybe it's later on, that you can kind of link up with people. So I was hoping to have, there's two other people that I usually kind of, what? profile. Maybe it's not gonna work because I'm live streaming. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Because there's two other guys that I wanted to kind of hang out with today, but we didn't seem to link up today. 14 days ago. Yeah, that's right. We missed a Wednesday. That's right, because family was down, so we missed a Wednesday. Alright, I think what we're going to do for our stream on here, I think we're definitely going to do a chase down scene. I think that one's going to be really cool. And it's going to be fun. So let's create a new cinematic, another level sequence. We're on the persistent level, so we don't have to worry about that same damn issue that we ran into before. I don't know what these redirectors are. So we're going to call this chase down scene 1. Chase down scene 1. Boom. So our chase down scene. Now let's kind of like use our camera here, our free roam camera. Where can we kind of like start from, right? This is where I wish I had projectiles working within the game as an actual game mechanic, because then I could show something like that. The thing is, like, because I don't have that working, I don't want to show something that I don't have in yet. So I could either have him flying around, we can have him flying around the scene, right? And there's an old scene that I wanted to do, but it involves a lot of visual effects, have more models in there, like actual more players, more models, like more of the characters, like the alien insects, and like the more ships, and actually like working game mechanics that I can actually show, because I don't want to show anything that's not going to be in the game and resemble something that you can actually replicate within it. So how can we do this? Either it just starts in, and he's just flying around. See, this is always the tricky part, right? Creating some sort of story. So like, why are they chasing? How are we gonna start with something like that? Right? Are they maybe on the ground? Is the one on the ground here? Maybe kind of walking around, and then he spots someone. This is kind of like another scene that I did yesterday as well, where he kind of spots him. Or you could be on the ground, maybe the guy like swoops down, scares him, and then he gets in his ship, kind of takes off, and the guy kind of like swings around and then starts chasing him around or something, maybe. Takes off, maybe kind of come around here, flying in around like all these rocks, right? Kind of close quarters, flying, tight around corners, like fly like really close to this, like that, and you come around objects. Because the place is pretty open. It'd be really hard to kind of get away from someone in here. That's kind of how it's designed, is each like area within the road's going to be designed differently, so it's going to be your own challenges to kind of get around, right? Now let's see what Rose is up to. Still imagining it. I'm just not talking out loud. An interesting thing. Do I make the ships, because they're like living, right? But they're controllable through you because you're the pilot of it. Do I have the possibility that maybe it's like there's like a bond between the pilot and the ship? So like if you fall off something, you can summon your ship to come get you. I feel like that's gonna be like it would be cool for cinematic wise, but I feel like it would be a real big pain in the ass for coding wise, especially if it's something like if you fall off, let's say. Because I was thinking for cinematic wise, maybe we're over here, right? And the guy's just hanging out on top of here, kind of looking about, and another guy swoops by and clips the pilot, and the pilot kind of like falls off, kind of like down like this, right? And you can summon your ship, so the ship would kind of jump, come down, open its cockpit. Well, I won't be able to show that because it's kind of like half done in there, and like scoop you up. And then you would be able to take full thing of it. It's like a Batman kind of thing, where it would like save you, and then that would be like the beginning of the chase. But maybe like you're chasing down this guy because he knocked you off the top of your little sightseeing area. But then again, it's like if I show this, this is something I need to implement. I need to implement in. Excuse me. What else could we do? Maybe it's something that you can do. What if you do fall off an object and you can't get to your ship, right? Some sort of recall thing. It actually does come to you. because the objects are pretty tall. I think a recall function would make sense. Maybe what could happen is, because the ship is produced through the pilot and is linked, maybe I feel like this is an idea I had before, but I kind of forgot about it until now, thinking about this cinematic stuff. Maybe the ship, you're creating the brain of the ship, you're creating the ship's life. So as you improve your ship and get better parts, you can also improve the brain of it, which add in different components. So like you could add in like a brain component would be if you're falling from a height, you can have it kind of come down and save you, right? Kind of pick you up. Another one would be like a retrieval kind of thing. I guess that would be kind of the same kind of thing, but maybe have them two different ones. What else? Like it may be a diversion. Like this is some pretty. I don't know how heavy the coating would be. Like the follow kind of come down close enough so that if you can get into your own ship. The brain of the component of the ship. I'm gonna put this in my game sheet. The brain. What was that? What was that bell? Did you hear that bell? It's like bing. Alright, so game sheet. So like the brain of the ship. That's kind of cool. Hey, there's that bing again. That must be because she's messaging. Cool. hungry. I don't know about you, but man, I'm hungry. Oh, so the game sheet. We're doing the game sheet. Hit cockpit, computers. So like I need to edit the game sheets. I edited like some of them, but I definitely need to make them way better. Pieces. I need head, helmet. It's the head, the brain. I need the brain. I'm gonna move this down. Move all of these down. Wow. Undo. Fighter pieces, so ship. Trade pieces, so cut. And then paste this down here. So the head, I'm gonna call new topic. I'm gonna call this the brain. It's like the life of the ship or something. Of ship. Whoops. Whoops. Live. Life. Life of ship. Bold that. So that would be like, I have to make a note. Organization. Periodic. You can find Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook under the same name if you're interested, although there isn't much for now. Social media is what we started on. Or well, I'm not in charge of that. Organization periodic. Let's check that out. They're on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. Periodic. Twitter. I'm gonna have to go on Twitter, I think. That didn't work in Google. Twitter. Login. Search. Ah, there they are. That's cool. January. Oh my god, there's that stupid phone issue again. God damn it. So the game sheet, it's the brain, life of the ship. So at least I have that in there. Now I have to start actually working on a cinematic. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for a scene? I don't know what to do. Chase scene, but I don't know what the hell is this? Chase scene down, chase scene. Those are old. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's the name of the sequence. I'm like, why is it duplicating itself? Alright, put this into scenes, I guess. And then this one's probably gonna have quite a few different cameras, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another folder. I'm gonna call this the chase scene. DNE. I'm gonna put that in there. So I have all the cameras to go with it, so I can hide this one, hide that one. And that's kind of what I did with the pilot cinematic. I had all the cameras all in here. Cause I'm gonna have like two different objects flying around. See, I guess if you don't have any connections to people. It's pretty cool. Well, at least let's just get some stuff in here, shall we? Let's see. Where can we start? We've done scenes in here. Let's start somewhere else. We can start over here. We can start in here maybe. Over here. Over there. In that thing. So it'd be cool to start somewhere that's not in the middle. Let's start over here. Let's make it work over here. Right? Then you can fly across some like big open water. So let's say he could be down in here, right? Down in there, doing his thing. Kind of flies over him, freaks him out, gets in his ship. This is a pretty elaborate cinematic. Gets in his ship, takes off. Then the other guy kind of swoops back around, kind of goes in him, like around him, and then that's when the actual scene starts to happen. So he can start off here. We'll put him down by the water. It's kind of cool watching the water kind of come up and down. So we'll put the ship here. Oh, excuse me. So we want to place him. Right, which way would he have come in? Let's say from this side here, he kind of landed kind of up in here. Right, and then jump up. What is Pico talking about? So we'll start him here. Now, I think I'm going to have to rotate him a different way. He's going to have to come land down like this. Where's he going to land his ship? There's not much room. Not in here. Land on something. Land here. I really don't want it clipping in anything. I really hate that. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get rid of all the clipping. I'm probably going to have to readjust a little bit when I get the animation in here too as well. Let's actually put the animation in there. Animation asset. Ship idle. Idle. There we go. It's a little bit different of a foot change. For some reason, I guess somehow I must have messed that up when I was doing the animation. Something. Wait, what? Oh shit! It added it in here. Chase down scene. Why is this in here? Get that out of here. Crap. Didn't realize that it was in the scene. Don't want it to be in here yet. Because I want to pose it. Because I have the animation in here. So if I pose the stuff now and then add them into the scene, at least I have a good idea of where it's actually going to be before I load it. So something like that, right? place him here. I think the guy's gonna be walking around in here. Maybe I could create a little bit of maybe humor or something in it. That comes up pretty damn high, doesn't it? Maybe he could be down here and then the water kind of rushes up and I can make him run away. And then the guy comes down or something. Because this is the thing, because it's like I don't have anything to like shoot. So like, does he come down, fly like really close, like you'd have sound effects too as well. That's another thing I'm lacking, like all these like little tiny things I want to add in, I don't have sounds for. I don't have projectiles. Sound is like a whole nother beast to tame, really. Because I don't know what it's going to sound like yet, so I have to like experiment with like a bunch of sounds, and that's kind of cool how the water comes up so high. So next, I'm going to just close out the scene so nothing gets added in. We need the character. Do insect characters, pilot, model, mesh, T-pose. He's gonna drown in this for sure. You would definitely drown in this water. And I'm just gonna add in a animation asset here. The idle, just so he's not in T-pose. Let's see if he gets. Wait for the water to come up. Oh, his feet's wet. Oh my. Oh, almost. Down here, you definitely would. That's kind of cool. So maybe he could be. Do we put him down in here, harvesting it around here? Do I know her? I don't remember following her. Huh. I'm forgetting all the references that people think the game looks like. It's kind of cool. Spore world. How'd I come over here? Swoop down. I think I'm gonna put him over here. This is gonna be a pretty big scene. I was gonna do something fun where if he like runs away from the water, maybe I still can do that. We will see. But maybe I'll bring him over here. I'll just have him walk around. Maybe I'll do a bunch of walking. Maybe I can start him here, right? And then just kind of have him walk around a bit, and then maybe like run away from the water as the water kind of comes up. It's like, oh my god. The thing is, because it's random. The water's random, so my animation will be different when I render it out. It's not the same every time. So like I could be doing it and then it not happen when I actually render the video. So I'm gonna keep him up away from the water. If it comes all the way up and he gets his feet wet, then we'll just kind of go with it. We'll start him here. Maybe we'll kind of walk over here a bit, and then walk over here. Kind of maybe look like he's examining it, because I don't have anything to kind of drill in there to kind of show like he's harvesting. harvesting anything. Yeah, I'm gonna put these into the folder. Chase scene. I'm gonna add another. This is the characters. And I should rename them. Mosquito Pilot. I'm gonna call this. What can we call him? Who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? We can call him player. I already have player 1, player 2. We can call him player 3. And then mosquito ship. Mosquito ship. I'm gonna call that also player 3. There we go. Isn't there a way in that you can, there's a way you could get noticed from the community or something. So the file, profile, picture, what do I do to accidentally share something on my desktop that I didn't mean to? Classes, plan the grow. Including live and recording classes on the site. I've already reached a few first class complete rigging course. Hosted on Udemy. Oh wow. Alright, so where'd my little dude go? Okay, he's right there. Is he in? Yeah, he's a little bit in there. Start him looking at this. I won't get him to walk away from the ship. It'll just be assumed that he already landed and came out. Close examination of the rock. So we'll save that. Now, the guy flying around, right? How long do we want him to be kind of here doing his thing? Because I could do like a cut where he's looking at this, kind of doing his thing, and then maybe he'll start to move to another one, and it could cut to the guy flying. Maybe he could kind of start back here, maybe up higher, up high, or start him here, right? Sees them, takes off down, swoops past him, and then this guy freaks out, and then takes off this way, and then this guy, player 4, we'll call him, will chase, and then there'll be a chase scene kind of through the environment, like through these. We'll do like a little bit of open, maybe close to the water kind of stuff. Come down in through the rocks. We haven't explored any of this. It's just a barren rock place. Come through there. Maybe we can come in this area. Again, it's like super wide open, so there'll be a lot of like really tight turns that I can do, like all in through here. That'll be really neat. There's some rocks that you can actually go under. If I just remember where they are, then I can use that. I don't know if you can get through that one with the ship. But yeah, I could do something like that, going through all the rocks. I don't have much for like an on-foot chase yet, but that would be something that I want to do down later on, like mini caves for just your pilots. I don't have any caves really. Something that I do need to plan out. Fly through here. Because it'd be kind of cool. The reason why I don't want to go over here because I want to see this thing from a distance, just see how big that thing is, right? That thing's super large. Even though like when you're even closer to it, it's even bigger, but just to see the sheer size of it from far away, have it in the background would be kind of neat. So maybe that's what I can do. Have it from here. You kind of come over here, do your thing. Maybe as I'm kind of flying through, maybe I could have other guys, other like mosquitoes in here. Right? Maybe doing their thing. Just kind of have like the ships there. Seeing the pilots, I don't know. Maybe I'll put the pilots down there, just kind of standing around, just in case that when you fly past them, depending on the camera angle, you actually see them on the ground. They'll be pretty tiny depending on how high. Especially if I make them kind of fall over, like the edge here. Maybe you can kind of come down, and we can kind of swoop in, and then you can kind of get a close look, or it'd be like a really cool camera angle, rated like it's picturing of the back, like a back of a mosquito or something, or like down like this. You're just kind of like watching him stand here, and then like they fly over and like past the camera or into the camera, which would be really neat. Just kind of show a little bit more life. Could show like maybe some taking off. Like this is getting really intensely elaborate here. How many weeks is this gonna take? Because I'm planning on to only do it on here. First things first, we'll just plan the chase scene, and then any additional actors we'll add in. So maybe he'll start up here, right? We'll get him kind of doing this thing for a little bit, kind of set the scene to there, like it's all safe, and then it's gonna cut to this guy and like zoom in. Where's the zoom in button? Like zoom in. Really, you can see, whoops, where he sees the ship. It's like, oh yeah, it's okay. You can barely see the guy there. Maybe you can see him walking around, and he sees him, gets in the ship again, and then takes off down like this, right? Or maybe he comes down like across. Either I'll show him looking like he glance him in the side of the camera, like he almost didn't see it, but kind of like, what was that? And then all of a sudden this guy's like bombing down, dive bombing, and then he sees him, glances him, like the big ship kind of dive bombing down. He starts to run in panic, swoops down, right? Kind of maybe not face that way because it's kind of unfinished. Maybe comes around, starts to turn, and then you see this guy take off from this guy's perspective. Take off straight away, maybe bends around this plant, and then it starts. I think that's it. I think that we got it somewhat planned out. So that guy's down here. So let's bring in another actor. He's sitting on a dead plant. This is okay. This is going to be the problem here now, because the ship, the legs doesn't really connect with the ground too well. And it's gonna be like kind of hovering, and then it's gonna look like it's floating, even if it's on over here. I think here, I'll show you. Let me bring in this guy here first, and I'll rename him Mosquito Pilot. This is player 4. Also giving that animation a idle animation, so he's not in T-pose. We'll come back. No, I'm actually getting really damn excited for this. I hope you are too. So T-pose. See, so okay, now this is the problem. See, this is where I want to see if I can edit in different animations. So if I come, I'm gonna put in the idle animation. Here we go. See, now like it's gonna be nearly impossible for me to position to this guy correctly. I need, is this local? That's world, local. Okay. So let me just try. No, see, it's not gonna work. See how wide his stance is? I'd have to reposition this down. Let's try. Let me bring up T-pose. Where the let's find this animation asset here. Maybe I can export it out as another, or within the engine as another animation. It's kind of like suited for this. So we got this going on here. Re-import, compress, export asset to FBX, preview mesh. Posable. Let me do a little bit of research here. So I want UE4 posing characters, character pose. How to create a character slash mesh poses. Creating a pose asset. Okay, this is something. The internet loads. We can do it. Excuse me. Come on, internet. Let's go. There we are. So create pose assets. So let's see, to create a series of pose assets from a single animation, from the content browser, right click an animation sequence and create a pose asset from it. Once you create a pose asset, the names will be auto-generated by default. You can rename each pose and create, or can paste from the clipboard. You can see the effect of each pose by changing the weights in the face pose panel. Okay. Result, you now have a new pose asset and use in your animations. To preview, make sure you preview pose asset and is set to your pose asset. Then add a variable curve to your animation that needs to pose asset data. You can add keys in a variable curve and drive the value of the pose weights affecting the animation. For these to work at runtime, you'll also need to include the pose asset node in the animation blueprint. So noting that you can create a pose asset in the animation editor. You can use create asset, create pose asset from current pose, and animation options. So go in here, asset. Okay, hang on, let me read that again. We're from in the animation editor. Go to create asset, create pose asset. So let's see, where do I create an asset? Create an asset. Nope. Just pause this for now. Oh, here we go, right in front of my face. Create pose asset. And I think they said from current pose. From current pose or animation options. From current animation. So we want, let's go back to the head frame. Create asset, create pose, current pose. Do I put this, where do I put this? We'll put this in the animation folder, that makes sense. Fly animations, create a new folder. And call these ship pose assets. Is that how you spell asset? Yeah. Pose assets. And animation name. Wow. Mosquito ship. Call this. We'll just call it idle. I guess idle pose asset. Hit OK. So this is, I'm assuming this is how and when you can pose it. So I need to know if I, just gonna bring this over here so that if I can change it in here, if it will do anything. So animation pose asset. So that means, okay, so to apply this to an animation, the result, to preview it, pose, so we need to go into an actual animation. So idle pose asset. I can't tell, like, so I'm gonna just kind of guess here a little bit. I'm just gonna bring these all down because I can't tell where the legs are going to attach. So hopefully when I just save something, and then maybe come on, select. Here we go. So save this. So we're gonna go into the animation asset again. Oh wait, that's the. Oh shit. Pose assets. Okay, I'm gonna undo everything I just did. There we go. So save. I'm gonna open up the pose asset. Is this the pose asset? This is the pose. Let me double check. Alright, so now we got the pose asset here. So now if I just pose it really quick. This is all new to me. No idea if this is gonna work the way that it says. I might have missed a step, so hopefully not. So it's posed. So save, pose 0. Pose name. So now what, we have to go into the actual animation now, right? Asset, preview pose asset. Okay. So go into the idle animations. Preview pose asset. Details maybe? No. Asset details. What's it under? Asset details in animation. Pose parent asset mapping. Ah, it's right here. Pose asset none. Reset. This one here is already oddly posed. Idle animation 2. Idle pose, that doesn't do anything. Idle animation. Close. Shit. That didn't work. So pose asset. Okay, so there's something in here. Curves. Add variable curve. Okay. Curves. Add variable curve. And then the pose 0, I guess. Animation is being edited to apply the compressed data. and reticularly based additives. Click apply. It's being edited. Tracks curves. Okay, so my next question is, I have my pose in here. Add variable curve. Then you can add keyframes and variable curve to drive the value. Okay, so now we gotta add keys. Expand window. So I have to add keys to front. Add key. Value. Time 0. Value 0. So if I change it to 1, play. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Oh right, I gotta maybe apply it. Additive layers to track a runtime animation. So it's at 1. Did I miss something here? Change the weights. So maybe I have to change the weight of it to 1. Or it's 0, because it's set at 0. No. Time, value 1, apply. Nothing's happening. Because the pose asset, let me go back to the pose asset here. Let's see, pose asset, click the pose. The pose not even do anything. So at 1, this, so now let's try and pose it again here. At 1, we want it to do this. Right? Zero, 1. Animation. I think that there must be something that I'm missing here to get this pose asset. So I created the pose asset. Yeah. Then you can effect. So the curve name in the face panel. Pose 0. Something I can really add in. Key. I can't key it. Maybe I have to watch a video. Because the explanation on this little documentation is not explaining it deep enough. Because I just created it, set it up, got the pose weight here, and then you should be able to repose it, right? They don't show it reposing or anything like that. Huh. let's see, creating a pose asset. Pose assets A. Let's see, this is 3 minutes long.
Alright, so let's go over the pose editor and some of the posing tools that we have. Before we get started in the actual pose editor, I want to show one feature that may not be completely apparent. So I'm going to go ahead and put quick pose on our leg here. Something like that. If we right click, select our foot control, and we right click on the pose editor, we can copy that pose, we can paste it onto a different frame, or paste it onto our opposite control, like that.
That's not, that's in Maya. I'm not in Maya. Okay, let's try this one here then. Let's try this guy's video. So he's got, this is his skeleton. Record? They didn't say do anything like that. Pose assets. Custom animation. Time's going for a really long time here. To stop, click here. It's not the same way that they explained it. Yeah, it goes for like 25, like 30 seconds or so. Okay, here we go. So, animation. A pose, B pose, curve name. Like I don't have a curve name. Okay, this guy's getting something completely different. Alright, I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna delete this pose asset. Force delete. Let's go back to make sure that my idle animation's not all messed up here. Alright, we're good here. I wanna delete this. Delete. Okay, so save this. So the animation's still fine. So what he did is he created a new animation, but it was like insanely long. So this is like it live records, and you can't set, doesn't, well, he didn't show, it doesn't look like you can set like a time frame. So I'm gonna go from create pose app from current animation, go to animations, and then pose assets. Okay. Zero, none. So this is the same kind of thing that they were getting in that little tutorial or in the documentation. But pose asset. So like what I want to do. Okay, so now we're previewing it. Clear. Preview. What if I wanted to do this? So that weight 1, let's do this. That's what I want to do. So you think at weight 0 it would go back to normal, weight 1 it would come down, right? This is the source animation. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch a better tutorial. There's something that you probably have to do that I'm not doing to get like different poses to animate in between the two, right? So close that. I'm gonna go back into that pose assets, delete that pose. But anyway, this is kind of, let's just kind of roughly place it. I thought maybe it would have been kind of easy to place, like to do a custom pose, but I guess not. So he'll, I guess, be something like this. And then I'll worry about the legs later. Hopefully I can attach them to the ground. But something like that. And then maybe it should be switched around a bit. Maybe this guy be on the edge of the leaf. Whoops. Like that.
Like I said, hi, welcome back to the Unreal Engine training stream. Today we're going to be
What
talking
the?
about animation post snapshots.
Oh, jeez, that scared the shit out of me. I'm like, who's talking to me? So he's looking there, so maybe I'm gonna put the ship, maybe we can keep the ship like that. Maybe just like that, maybe just standing in between the legs. It's kinda cool. It's an interesting shot, right? Maybe? And, he's looking down there. Coming for you, buddy. That's what he's thinking. Did I name this one already? Player 4. Ship player 4. And move this one up into characters. Create another call this scenes. And then put that here. Create another one. Just cameras or cameras. Boom. So then I have that. Here we are. I think that's pretty good for today. I think 10, 11, 12, 1. It's almost 3 hours. Well, that could go for another maybe 20 minutes. What does it say? Be right back. What? Tired? Oh, food. Alright, I'm gonna go use the washroom. We'll continue on for another additional 20 minutes. We'll just do a little bit more, maybe camera setup. I think that's about it, and that'll probably wrap it up for today's stream. Hang on, I'll be right back though. Okay, back and ready to go. So let's see. Got this guy set up. He's gonna be watching him. So we're definitely gonna start up down here. I think G is game preview. Oh, it is. This is the game preview here. So it look like in game. I'm gonna have to remember that. It's like brighter. A little bit. Maybe it's the eye adaptation stuff. Yeah, it's like the eye adaptation stuff. Alright, so okay, how can we plan this? We gotta put our characters in to the sequencer. Chase down scene. Let's grab our characters. We don't know how long this is gonna be. Can we think of a time? How long do we want something like this to be? How long do we want the fight scene to last for? A minute? Wow, a minute long scene. So how many frames is that at 60 frames? Sometimes the computer just cannot keep up. Is it 60 times 60? 60 frame, like 60, yeah. 300, 3600 is 1 minute. Control G, 3600, and then end it there. Boom. So we got lots of time to work with here. Kind of doing like the other scene, kind of slightly understanding on how to kind of do it. Instead of doing the whole thing all at once, you got to do a couple, kind of get the feel for that, and then adjust as you kind of go along. I've kind of noticed that. Because then I might be able to I want him to go faster here, slower here, if I just do one animation point at a time, as long as I know what I'm doing. So let's add these guys in. Let's add him in. It's player 3. Pilot. Player 3 ship. So then we just like kind of confirm their positions. And then player 4 ship. And then player 4 himself. Player 4. There we go. And then each one, I'm just gonna do transform. Boop. Did it even work? It must have. It did not. Oh, right. Oh, shit, that's why. I'm at the end of the frame range. There we go. I was going to say, I'm like, what the heck? Boop. Add in all transforms so they don't move. So when I start to animate, I don't have to worry. So we'll save that. I'm going to save a scene like this. Eventually I'll save the thumbnail. Every time you save a sequence, it saves the thumbnail, which is pretty cool, so you can kind of tell what it is. When there's a cool scene of when they're both in frame chasing each other, then I'll make that the final thumbnail, just for reference for myself. My shoulders are like tired. Tired feeling. How can we start this scene? Alright. We start it like this, like from the ship. Maybe I can start here, kind of looking out the water. That's when I move the most, just a little bit faster, or a little bit slower. Kind of come through. Like maybe I could start like this. Maybe see a little bit of them kind of shaking, or kind of looking out, and then the camera can kind of come through. See him here, and as it kind of comes here, we'll wait like a couple seconds, and then he'll move, and the camera will kind of follow him around like this, right? Watching him, kind of maybe from his back, and then if he goes anywhere else after that, then he'll just kind of like pan along, follow him, look at this one, and then cut, and then we'll go up top of there. Maybe that's what I can do. Is that's it. That's a good way to open it. So we'll start here, right? The ship in frame, kind of like this, showing the water. And we'll kind of come around, lower ourselves, and then just right around the corner we'll have that in view. Have the other guy in view. I don't know if you probably can. I wonder if you can see him. You would never be able to see that. You obviously see the ship, but you won't be able to see him. And just something like this. And then we'll carry on. Let's bring in our camera. It's just cinematic camera. Bring this into the viewport. We are on the persistent level, so we don't run into this issue again. What kind of camera what camera will we call this one? It's not going to be, let's see. Player 3, examine cam 1. In case there's more than one camera, then I can state it there. So cam 1, we'll pilot it. Whoa, what did I just do? Pilot. We want the actual camera view. Here we are. Let's get up over the ground. Damn it. Alright. Either maybe we start up? What do you think? Start up like this. Kind of out at the water. Okay, adjust the DSLR film. Oh, it's like way more zoomed in. IMAX 70mm. Good God. 8mm, 35. Vista Vision. Wow. Let's go with the normal. Something like this then. Start here. I think. Something like that. Looking out. The ship in view. I want the eye. A little bit more of the eye. Something like that, I guess. It's gonna go really blurry here until I get it in focus. And kind of maybe zoom out. See the something like that, I guess. I'm gonna have to animate the focal changes and whatnot. Uh-oh, tea's all gone. Got about 7 minutes left, guys. 7 minutes. So I'm gonna do something like this. So we're gonna keep the camera here. Now that we have it in position and where we want the base camera, now we can add it to the sequencer. Boom. And key that where it is. Same with the focus. Key the focus. Key the transform. There we go. So next is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, like 300 frames. 5 seconds. So here, so now I'm going to take this camera and animate it myself. Well, first of all, this is going to be like the point B where I want it to be, and then take about 5 seconds for it to get to this point. Right, like this. As long as the water doesn't show up, then it'll be fine. Like this here's a pretty nice shot. So I'm gonna do the transform, and then now I gotta adjust the focus to focus on him. There we go. So let's see. Is this gonna be a direct? Yeah. So about halfway, so 150. Well, hang on. Let me get out of the camera here so that we can actually see the path. So there's the path of the camera. Oh, I'm pretty sure I got out of it. Okay, there we go. So now here's the path. So now we want it to be, so right around this point, we want to bring that out more to kind of go in around the ship, right? Kind of like this. We'll key that. So there we go. Just kind of thumb through, see how that looks. Kind of goes around. What do you think? Something like this, kind of come and go like that, under the water. See how it feels. It's pretty fast. I feel like we could probably go slower on that. So I did 300. Let's double. Let's double. Let's try no. Let's try 500. Ah. Come on. There we go. It's 500. Let's get rid of the camera here. Right? Stop. Either I have it doing what it's doing here, kind of as it rotates, it kind of looks in like that, or kind of as it comes around goes straight and then looks at him. Maybe let's do that. So as we come around the first bend, I like the turn here, but from here to like maybe something like this. We'll test it. I'm going to rotate the camera. Rotation. To go a little bit more straighter. Something like so. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to fix the animation curve for that weird wave that you saw going on there. So let's go to here. Let's go to area. Look at the animation curve, the rotation. It's right in here. Here, I'll show you. Right here. This is where it's doing that weird bend. So we'll just kind of smooth that out. Nice. Something maybe like that. Let's see how that feels. Well, forget the water. The water's random. Sometimes it will flood the camera, sometimes it won't. That's not too bad. I think it's a good start. So we'll save. Get rid of the curve editor here. I think that's a really good spot to leave off, actually. That was our concluded 7 minutes. It's just one little camera. It sucks that most of the stream was like fixing at the beginning, trying to figure out an issue, and then another majority of it was just kind of sitting around, wasn't really doing much, kind of brainstorming, figuring it out. But we finally got the scene all planned out, what we're going to do. So this is something I won't touch until next week, something that we'll just do here on Watch Me Work Together, and be able to play out this whole scene. Because I am working on things off camera right now, and if I do need it sooner, I'm unfortunately gonna have to pick it up before then. But what I can do is, if I end up finishing it before next week, I'll run through, kind of explain what I did, how I did it, and stuff like that. Just kind of like maybe a little bit of a tutorial kind of thing, even though I kind of promised that I would only do this on here. But it all depends on, because I'm working on a Patreon page, I need a bunch of content for that too as well. So I guess I can always let you know. I do have a Discord. I don't know how you can get it through here, but just kind of follow me through here. I'll keep you updated. You can get the Discord through the Facebook and social media. You can always contact me through there. I'm open that way. But that ends her off for today. We'll say goodbye to everyone here. Do our short little goodbyes here, and then we'll end her off. Don't need this chat open no more. Today was a pretty good day. Pretty productive on stream. I still have to do a little bit more boring stuff. Save that for later. So you didn't have to see that. Everyone here's kind of busy. I said my goodbyes. Alright, you guys take her easy, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Same time. 10 till 1 or something.